Hey, we back. I'm here on Karuta, or more specifically Keqing, and we are going over the premium features today. If you remember last time, 3 days ago, we did the general features on Keqing and what they are, how to use them, all the rest of it, and I said a bunch of times that we would have a separate video on premium, and I'm glad I did that because that first video ended up being pretty long. But yeah, I'm here today with the premium features. Now you'll remember that we went over this help menu last time. They've got the very nice help menu in their support website thing. But as you can imagine, I do not have premium on my random small test server here, so I'm going to be nipping over to my main server, link in the description as always, where we do have premium. Thanks again Delta for that, and I'm going to be listing the features here and demonstrating them instead. So congratulations to whoever goes past on the channel at the time, because I guess they made it into a video. Yay! Anyway, we'll start off on the little help site as we did before, where we have the multi-frame tester. Now, if you remember last time, we went over the frame tester, and this is pretty much the same thing again, but it allows you to test, as the GIF shows there, many frames at once, and it's actually easier to use than the general frame tester. So let's suppose I do like a now Tomori, obviously best waifu. I can find her here. I apply to it. There we go, and we type a get frames, and I could type special, for instance, to check the special frames. And as the same as last time, it's going to take a second to generate the images, and then there you go. We can look at all of these, and there's quite a lot of them, as you can imagine. There's a lot of special frames, but you could go through here and check which ones you want, and it's a little bit easier to see than it is for testing them all separately. The next one we have is the Morph tester. Now, I believe I said last time that only premium servers can use this, and that is kind of true. To be correcting myself, non-premium servers can use it, but only with one hue. So that's not as good, really. And you have the nice option here to give a lot of different types of morphs. The hue morphs are, I mean, they happen, for sure, they happen, but if you're not able to test with all the different types of morphs, then you're not likely to be able to test with the morph that you have on your card, and therefore the accurate representation of your frame or such. So I decided to go over this entirely in the premium video, which is why I'm doing it here today, but then we're going to need to go back to the frame tester again. I was going to mention this at the end, but it does add the reactions automatically when you're on premium, which is pretty nice. So I can just click this paintbrush instead of having to go into the reaction menu and find it myself. So that's pretty nice. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make a huge amount of difference. It's just a nice little extra thing that you can get with premium. Then we're going to just use the example here. So that's Budokai is a type of frame, and this is a hex color code. You can find hex color codes on Google or any website or wherever, really. There's plenty of different ways to do it. And then here, because we're on premium, we get the morph type. So I can pick from 6 different types of morphs. I'm going to pick lighten because sure, that sounds good. And then we get, well, in this case, a very red frame because the hex color is double FF and then all zeros, which is as red as you get. But yeah, you've got the now there with the red and the Budokai frame, and it's with lighten. And what I could do is I could change that to say darken, and you're going to notice that's a big difference, right? That's a big difference. So that's why I say that this is mostly a premium feature, because without premium, all you could test is hue, which is this one, and yeah, it's not the same, is it? It's not the same. So yeah, for now, I would say that if you want to use this reliably, you want to actually try and find the morph that you have on a card in order to test a frame on it, because that's, I think, what the main use of this is. Then you're going to want to you're going to want to have premium, really. But anyway, yeah, that's how you use that. As it says, it is in beta, so it'll probably change and improve in the future, but yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. The next one is the global market. Now I did go over this briefly in the non-premium video because you can use the market and all its features pretty much without having premium. The difference is when you have premium, you can also add cards to your market. Here you go. To prevent more scams, this command is only enabled in our official server and on premium servers. So if you don't have premium, you can go to the official server and add stuff. But if you want to add stuff to the market in your own server, you're going to need premium. So in order to do this, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to add something to the market, but I'm just going to go over this. It's fairly self-explanatory. You do KCI with your card code to get it up here. You apply to it, and then you type, well, it would be A by default because A is the prefix, market add. You type either gem or ticket, and then you put the amount. For example, a market add ticket 10, and that would put your card on the market for 10 tickets. Then someone can come and DM you when they want to buy your card, and then you'll have to remove your card from the market. There you go, please remove your card after you sold it, thanks. Which you can do, I think, down here. There we go, market remove card code, so that's quite easy. So yeah, this is fairly self-explanatory. After you've done this, you do need to run KWI as well. I forgot to mention that. But you basically just follow the instructions listed here. It's quite easy to add stuff to the market. Is it worth adding stuff to the market? That's the real question. And I would say, well, why not? You don't lose anything by adding stuff to the market. It doesn't cost you anything. You, I believe, can add as many cards as you like, although I'm not entirely sure on that one. It doesn't say. Worth mentioning that the market does reset every couple of weeks, so you are going to have to keep adding to the market if they haven't sold yet. But yeah, you don't really lose anything. There's no cost to adding to the market, so you might as well add to the market if you're trying to sell stuff. On the other hand, as I said last time, because the market is not super reliable for finding cards that you want, because it resets so often, because not many people use it, it's more likely that people are going to buy stuff from you by using your general trade ad. So I would be kind of surprised if putting stuff on the market makes a huge difference to your sales. But like I say, there's no reason not to. So you might as well add stuff to the market, you know? Why not? As long as you're not trying to sell a huge amount of things and it's a lot of effort to add them all, which may be true. But at the end of the day, you're putting your effort in making a trade ad anyway, so sure, let's go for it. The last minor feature here is the wishlist notifier. We went over this in the last video because it's not a premium feature, but premium servers can set a role requirement for it. And this is kind of interesting because the server drop ping, which is a very similar ping role, you can set a role requirement for that without having premium, but for the wishlist notifier you have to have premium in order to set a role requirement. But all this means is I could say, oh yes, you need to have the level 5 role on my server in order to be able to add yourself the wishlist ping. In order to use a wish watch, you must have whatever role I decide, and you can only do that if you have premium. So yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. By default, even without premium, you can have a wish watch. The premium is just to restrict access to it. So yeah, just a bit of a minor feature there that I thought I would briefly mention. Other than that, the only other thing is like I said, adding reactions automatically to everything. If we go over here again, you can see like it's adding pencil, it's adding money bag, it'll add the little heart if they have a Koibido, it'll have reactions on, I think KCIs have a reaction, although I can't see one here. There's the reaction on KBI, the little plus symbol that you get, which is that one. Just a lot of automatic reactions like that. Anything that you might need to add a reaction to, it will be done automatically if you have premium. So yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice for sure. Yeah, mostly it's just those couple of extra features. The frame tester and the morph tester are the major ones, I would say. Adding cards to the market is nice if you don't want to join Keqing like support server, which I haven't, so that's helpful for me for sure. And yeah, would I recommend getting Keqing Premium? Sure, why not? I think it is pretty helpful. It's just quality of life stuff. So it's worth mentioning that buying premium for another bot might be more helpful. For example, buying premium on Karuta itself. I mean, there isn't exactly a premium on Karuta itself, but you know, some sort of equivalent. So for example, there are some server advantages that you could get with gems, for instance, something like that. But also worth mentioning that those things generally cost more, as you would imagine. So yeah, it's a bit hit or miss. A lot of bots have a premium. I mean, look at Day Premium, for example. That's got server premium and also player premium, hasn't it? I've done a separate video on that though, if you want to check that out. But yeah, Keqing Premium is certainly good. As with most premiums, it's mostly quality of life stuff. And for the week or so that we've had it on here, I've certainly enjoyed using it, so I would recommend if you've got some money to spend. But anyway, I'm going to leave this video here, let you decide if you want to buy it yourself now that you know what features it adds. I'm pretty sure I did go over all the features it adds pretty much. So that should be all good, and we have now gone over everything that Keqing can do, I think. Feel free to correct me on that. But anyway, that means I'm going to leave this video here. Bye!